Hello, Cancer. My name is Paul, and this is Dove and Serpent Tarot. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And if there is anything you need me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. And remember, Cancer, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. A beautiful 9 of Cups to begin a reading. That's a special way to begin. Let's put this into some context. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, 3 of Wands. And wow. Wow. This is quite nice. I find this to be very interesting. All of this fire energy. And then there's discipline, but there's knowledge, right? There's wisdom, and there's the authority and the discipline and the will to use it. I think that this is really a magical combination of cards. Let's do the path, oh wow, of the Serpent here. This is really, really nice. I feel a different kind of surge of energy with you. I feel like everything that you're touching right now is like literally turning to gold. You know, we have the Ace here leading to a 4, a stabilizing of this earth energy. But we see a lot of fire, a lot of creativity, right? We have a 5 of Wands in your environment. The timing here, it's time for you to reach out and take what is yours. And I feel like this is something that Cancer is not usually ready for, right? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, the confirmation card. This is one card from the Waite-Smith deck. And we're just going to select it randomly. We'll put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. And that card, hopefully, will tie everything together at the end of the reading, all right? But we're doing something a little interactive here on this channel. If at any point during the reading, you have an idea of what that card is, or what you feel it is, or what it should be, leave a comment in the comment section, okay? I'm seeing if we can collectively raise our vibrations. We're trying to collectively tap into our intuition, tap into spirit, into source, and discern that energy, okay? Now, you don't have to play along if you don't want to. At the end of the reading, there will be a moment of stillness where we can all try to connect with the energies and then leave our answers in the comment section. I feel like that's a good exercise for us, right, as a community here. But first, let's look at this. We have 2 major arcana cards, right? Earth and fire. You know what I say on this channel about earth and fire. It is the magical combination. It is directly from spirit to manifestation. It is heaven and it is earth. It is will and creativity and then the creation, right? The air and the water sometimes get in the way of that, right? Sometimes our air, our thoughts, our water, our feelings are not so much in harmony. They create a little bit of friction, a little bit of turbulence that makes it more difficult to go from fire to earth, right? So the biggest obstacle to manifestation is the air and the water needing to be a little bit more aligned. Sometimes there's an abundance of fire energy, which that could cause problems as well. Sometimes there's too much earth. Balance is really key. But as far as the process of creation, I think that you've got it. I think you've got it pretty well sorted. We have our fire and our earth major arcana energies. Above you and below you, above you and within you, right, is spirit. This is really nice. And we do have fire. We do have water. We've got a little bit of air, right? And this is a double air energy. This is significant here. We'll have to see what that's all about. And then we've got, of course, our earth energy. But the 9 of Cups is really what we are. This is what we are really after. I think very soon you will have a feeling within you. You'll come to be aware of a feeling in you that is a joy like you've never felt before, right? And I feel like that's going to be the joy of creation. That's the joy of feeling as if everything you put your time and energy into becomes wonderful, right? That you kind of have that Midas touch, right? That everything, no, not the tire place, but the Greek thing. Everything you touch turns to gold. Everything you touch is successful. Everything that you endeavor to participate in or to create or to perform works out. Even when it doesn't, and I think that's going to be important here when we get to some of these other cards, even in some of the problems and difficulties, you're going to feel this underlying joy of it all. Because I feel as if you will be realizing that you're doing what you're meant to do, right? That you've found your purpose. Now, it's not so much in the details of what you're doing, but it's the feeling, it's the way that you're doing things. See, this is a 9. This is an active card. It's a function. This is the feeling that you will have when you know you're doing your will. When you are acting from that pure and spontaneous, that connected. Now, spontaneous doesn't mean random, okay? You're acting from source. You're acting from your spirit, okay? So it doesn't really matter so much what you do, but how you do it, right? And if it has this feeling to it, that's how you know that you're doing things the right way, right? Your will is a verb. It's not a noun. It's not that you have to find the one purpose, the one thing that you were meant to do in this life, right? Be a baker or a firefighter or something. But it's how you do it, right? It's the connection that you feel while you're doing it. It's the 9 of Cups while you're doing these things. And if you don't feel this, well, maybe firefighting is not for you, right? Or whatever it is. I feel like this feeling is coming, especially when we take into consideration that you've got a 3 of Wands here as well. 3 of Wands is the will. It is the Trinity that is the unity. It is you finding that sweet spot, finding your connection with Spirit, right? And it's the reason why you're going to have this 9 of Cups feeling. I think very soon you're going to be experiencing this energy, okay? Now, the 3 of Wands is, like I said, it's a unity. It's your thinking, your feeling, and your doing, right? That is all in harmony with Spirit. In this case, we have both of these spiritual energies, the Hierophant, the Emperor. And this is really allowing us to channel this creative energy with all of this fire here and manifest it in our lives, in the activity, in the things that we're doing, the things that we're building, right? So you'll soon have this 9 of Cups feeling because your thinking, your feeling, and your doing are going to come into alignment very soon, okay? And this could be part of the, the equinox that's happening now. The sun is moving into Libra. I think there's this idea of balance that is starting to come over all of our energies. And it's really a discovery of this union where it's almost like a combination lock, right? And you're going to be discovering that combination that's going to allow you to express your creativity in everything that you do, right? When we're acting from this kind of a place, everything you touch is going to, well, it's going to turn to gold, right? Now, we are being informed by this Hierophant energy. This is the help from above, let's say. This is you opening yourself up to the wisdom and guidance of your spirit, of your higher self, of your soul, of God, Goddess, deity, guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, universal mind, universal energy. The list goes on and on and on. We open ourselves up to that, and this guidance comes in. We open ourselves up to being shown the way, being shown the truth of ourselves, being shown how to unify our thinking, feeling, and doing to create this wonderful Nine of Cups. This is the pursuit of happiness. This is you following your bliss, right? So it's the feeling we get while we're doing things. It's not necessarily contingent upon what we're actually doing, okay? And that's going to be important when we get to the earth energy on the path of the serpent. So we're opening ourselves up to the spiritual guidance. We also are relying on ourselves. This is our connection with spirit within. So we have spirit without here. We have spirit within. This is your own will, your own creativity, your spiritual disciplines. This is you staying in control of your fire energy, right? So this is a card that says, hey, let's slow down. We don't have to be impatient. We see a little bit of impatience here in the environment with the Five of Wands, okay? So the idea is, let's slow down. Let's be patient, okay? The Emperor has a tendency to hurry, to rush. The Hierophant has a tendency to slow down too much, to take too much time, to be too slow and steady, right? So the two of them together, I think, are a very, very good balance on each other. The spirit within, let's slow down, okay? Let's not be too impatient in what we're creating. I know it's difficult, especially when we have this combination. We want to just rush because that's a very exciting feeling. We have to slow down. We have to slow down just a little bit. Contain your enthusiasm, right? Harness it. Yeah. In the recent past, we have this Six of Wands. Now, I wonder what this was really involved with. I feel like very, very recently, or maybe even today or later today or something, you're going to have this experience, Six of Wands kind of experience. There's some problem that you're overcoming. And you're doing it in such a way that it almost like restores your faith in humanity, right? It's a problem that we are solving very carefully and with kindness, right? We're finding a solution that is, well, it's basically a win-win, yeah, with someone. And it could be an air sign person. We do have this one air energy here. Could be an air sign person. But I feel like there is or was a conflict with someone. And this might be the catalyst for this Nine of Cups feeling, right? Is overcoming this problem, this difficulty. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, give it a day or two and see if this problem arises. And when it does, remember to approach it with kindness and contain your fire energy. Slow down a little bit. Don't be impatient, right? Be kind. And look for the win-win solution, okay? Allow yourself to be open to the influence of spirit without and the discipline and the control and the authority of spirit within, okay? And in the future here, we have this more water energy. And this is kind of cool because to me, this feels like we are really discovering so much about ourselves through this feeling that's coming, through this alignment that you're achieving. And I think it is through the resolution of this conflict, right? We've got a Five of Wands here in the environment. We have a Six of Wands here that kind of sets off the rest of this energy. So in the future, we have a Queen of Cups. Coming next is this emotional transparency. It's almost as if you're able to really see yourself for the first time. You know, we're lifting the veil here. And you're beginning to understand more and more about yourself. Now, as we get closer to this energy, this alignment, right, you may begin to remember things. Yeah. And these things may seem from a different life, okay? because we're really getting down to not only the surface level where we're just kind of reflecting on what's in our minds right now, not just the shallow end of the pool here, which is, personal subconscious, not even the personal unconscious. We're kind of tapping into a collective here. And I think that's where a lot of our past life memories live, okay? And we do have the cat here to confirm some of this. I think cats are such magical creatures, don't you? Anyway, so this may be something that is a little bit challenging in the next few days for you. Some of these memories... Okay, no, honey, you gotta stay on my lap. Here we go. It may be challenging in the next few days when some of these memories arise that seem as if maybe they're another person's memories, right? Because I think we're in the collective unconscious now, which is something that cancers, I think cancers have a unique ability to tap in to the collective unconscious. I don't think we do very often, but we can, and sometimes it's a willed endeavor. Other times it kind of happens randomly. I think this is somewhere in between what's coming currently with us. But I think that's going to be a very good experience for you. I think that you're going to be able to really learn a lot. I think in part it's more ways for spirit, without to communicate to you. Right? Through these, it may come through dreams, through reveries, daydreams, memories, meditations, whatever it might be. This collective unconscious, these memories that I think we're going to be experiencing. Now, over to the path of the serpent. Now we start the manifestation, and this is an Ace of Pentacles all the way to the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, we're going to start there because it's very important for us to realize that the things that we create, the money that we make, the things that we build, right? Concrete or abstract things, are all impermanent. The Four of Pentacles gives us a sense of safety, security, stability, integrity. But it's kind of the illusion of solidity. It is not a permanent safety, security, stability, integrity. This is our health and our wealth, our fitness and our finances, which we are working. This is everything turning to gold. But you know that, while gold doesn't tarnish, yes, there's this kind of mystical understanding of gold as being the immortal metal. But for all practical purposes, what we create is not immortal. It is not eternal. It is impermanent. Okay? And that is an idea that we have to keep in mind, especially as we are starting the path of the serpent and we start with this Ace of Pentacles. This is you taking all of this experience from the path of the dove, and now you're moving into your life, and we're just going around starting things, getting involved in things, maybe starting new projects, starting new businesses, starting new relationships, starting new investments. We're dipping our hand into a lot of different things in the physical world, and yes, they all are turning to gold. But keep in mind that is, well, one, it's kind of a mixed blessing. You ask King Midas in the myth. It's a mixed blessing there. But also there's the idea that what we are creating, while it is creating a health and a wealth, a stability for us right now, we have to maintain that for as long as possible, always keeping in mind that there is an expiration date on it. Okay? And that's why I said at the beginning that you following your bliss and doing your will doesn't really depend on the physical objects that you are working with or what you're physically creating, right? Concretely or abstractly. because that is all impermanent. What really matters is the will, is the creativity, is the feeling that's in it, the connection that you feel while you're doing it. It doesn't even have to be anything that has a financial aspect to it. We're just using that as an example, right? So I feel like you will be, again, dipping your hand in many different things. But there is that Five of Wands in the environment here. So I think that you are going to run into a bit of a conflict. And I think this is something happening in your environment. This is with another person, maybe with this air sign person. Right? We do see this double air energy here. And that tells me that we really need to rely on this spiritual experience that we're feeling here in order to resolve this conflict, again, with patience, with kindness, by staying in control, and and really acting from a place of integrity. The Five of Wands here is a very interesting card. It is Saturn in Leo. So we have this fiery Leo idea. Strength, power, pride. But it's being restricted by that Saturn energy. So it's as if the greatest show of strength is for you to be able to restrain yourself, right? For you to not make a show of your strength. Because I guarantee that the path of the dove here, this is going to give you a sense of strength, of power, of creativity, of enthusiasm. That's why the Emperor here is to say, let's slow down, contain your enthusiasm. We don't want to be running wild in the environment with that Five of Wands kind of lingering over there. We have to restrain that feeling of power and strength and the kind of the desire to show it, right, to express it. And now over here is interesting because the Six of Wands is Jupiter in Leo. So this is like bringing out the best qualities of Leo, and the Five of Wands is trying to restrain the worst qualities of Leo, right? So it may be that you are, some of you might be right on the cusp of Cancer and Leo, as I am. July 19th is my solar return. So I feel as if this is about a new sense of power and how we're going to temper that, how we're going to be responsible with that, And the card here in the position of what we don't want, this is the obstacle. This is double air. This is the Prince of Swords. And I don't know if this is an air sign person in your life. It might be. It might be a person with whom we have this struggle or this conflict, this issue, no matter how minor, that we need to resolve in a correct way. And this is the position of, again, the obstacle or what we don't want. And this is just as if our fire energy, our creation, runs into a little bit of a storm, a little bit of a fog, right? And we just have to see our way through this. This could be representing this challenge or this difficulty. This could be representing a little bit of confusion. It's as if you're on your journey and you just run into a little bit of fog, and we have to wait for the fog to clear or find a way to see through it, right? This could be some confusion. It could be some conflict. Could be a spell of indecision, right, in the future. But I really like that we're ending with this Four of Pentacles, because that shows me that, yes, everything that you are touching has this idea of completion, of power, of solidity, always remembering that it is impermanent. But at least for now, relatively, this is safety, security, stability, health, and wealth. This is a very good place to end. But we still have the mystery card, okay? So this is the point in the reading where I am going to say thank you to our alien friend, but also if you would like to pause the video, try to connect with these images and energies, and type your answer into the comment section, what you think this will be. what you think that will be. I'll have a sip of my drinking lemon water today instead of tea. I like my tea better, but that's better for my throat, so I hear. Got to keep the pipes healthy, I guess. So I'm hoping that we can collectively raise our vibrations. Let's raise our consciousness. Let's tap into our intuition. Let's see if we can discern this mystery card. I feel like this is a great exercise for our community here. I'm feeling earth energy. I'm feeling, well, we have a 9 of cups. I'm feeling another one, right? Or a 10, a 9 or a 10 of discs, pentacles maybe would be good. Again, I think a 9 or a 10 of pentacles would show that it's, especially the 9 of pentacles, would show that it's in the process of living that we get all of the joy and connection, not in what we're creating. It's not in this kind of the idea of a final product, right? It's in the process of, it's in the doing, right? I'm thinking a 9 of pentacles here. Oh, well, it's a 10 of pentacles. So this is the best life. And you know, this was the daily card for yesterday. I don't know when you're watching this video, but we just had this card as one of our daily. We do a daily 1 card reading every morning before I start these readings, just to kind of set the tone for the day. So this is the picture of your best life, right? This is you in your best life. So you're in that picture. You've got your pets, your plants, your people. And this is it. This is the ideal picture of perfection. Yeah. And we may never quite get there, and that's okay. It's in the process of building this that we get our joy and our connection and our real love. But this card is also, it also has another idea. And that is the idea of maintaining it. Maintenance, right? We're creating this stability, safety, security, integrity. This could be something about your home, about your business, your financial life, your career, something that you are literally building. Once you build the house, you then have to maintain the house. Once you build the temple, you have to live in your temple and worship in your temple and bring it holiness and bring it life, right? Or it's just an empty building. So the building itself is not the temple or the holiness. It is this kind of energy being generated within that physical structure that is the temple. Right. So I like the 10 because we have an idea, we have a picture of our best life. We know what we're trying to build, but we know that the real magic is not in the brick and mortar of it, but in the energy that is being put into it as you build it, and then what you do with it once it's built, right? I like this very much. Now, we're going to do an extended reading. Cancer, if you want to stick around, click either above or below in the video description. Okay. New readings for Cancer come out every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 a.m. Chicago time. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know you'll get a notification when the next reading comes out. Okay. I want to thank you for watching this video all the way through until the end. That really seems to help out the algorithm, and then the algorithm might be a little bit more kind to the channel here, and we'll be able to reach more people with these messages. Okay. Remember, Cancer, that you are the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. Thank you, and I love you very much.